And we are back on the WHHI-TV Daily News. With me is Ansley Howze. She is the Executive Director for the American Heart Association, Southern Coast, and it's Heart Month. And we have talked with her previously this month about a program at the libraries for high blood pressure. But today we're going to talk about CPR because obviously that's something everybody should be familiar with. So thank you for being back with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So let's talk about CPR. Obviously, you know, as we said before we started filming, more people should know about it, including me. I was certified a long time ago, but I know things have changed. So let's talk about that.
You know, it's really unlikely right now that people are prepared and educated on what to do in the event of a cardiac emergency. And so that's something that we are working actively to change as the American Heart Association. We want everyone on the street, everyone you encounter, everyone in your home to be equipped with that life-saving knowledge of how to perform CPR in the event of an emergency. We know that because it is the #1 killer cardiovascular disease, that oftentimes it's going to be someone that we know and love that we have the opportunity to perform this on should there be an emergency. And so we just want everyone to be equipped with that knowledge, know how to respond, and feel confident if they have to. We never want those emergencies, but they happen very often. And it really does increase the likelihood for survival when people can respond quickly.
Right. And we've had a lot of stories here, even because we're a tourist destination, you know, people on the beach or in a restaurant. And there's been, you know, some hero stories out of that. So obviously it's really important. And talk to us a little bit just in general about Heart Month and what we need to know.
Sure. So American Heart Month is really intentionally about being bold with the messaging, advocating for your own health, learning how to make sure that we are making healthy choices when it comes to getting enough sleep, managing our mental health, eating healthy, getting exercise, all of those things that really roll up to causes for cardiovascular disease and stroke. We know that 80% of cardiovascular disease is preventable. And so Heart Month is about just advocating for that and making sure that that education is readily available for everyone.
Yeah, and that's a big number. We talk a lot about big numbers in terms of people that are affected by it and, you know, the #1 killer and those kinds of things. But 80% preventable is a really great number.
It is. It is. But it's alarming to know that it's still the #1 cause of death when it is largely preventable. So that's a big piece of what we do. We educate the community on how to make those lifestyle choices and changes that are necessary. And then we educate the community too on how to respond when we need to. We want everyone to have a cardiac emergency response plan in place for large organizations, churches, schools, et cetera, businesses, so that we know how to respond and how to be ready.
Yeah. And so I'm assuming that you have some resources that we could go to say, okay, if this is 80% preventable, I want to know what I should be doing to be in the 80% that doesn't get it.
Definitely. So on heart.org, there are a lot of great resources around Life's Essential 8, which are those 8 factors that we can make sure we are living day to day to prevent heart disease and stroke. And then we also have some great CPR resources at heart.org/CPR.
Well, Ansley, thank you for being here. Obviously, this is life-saving information, so we appreciate you being here to share about it.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more news, so don't go away.